let's do some yoga. Continuing on from the last session, we will stay in the standing position, starting in Tadasana, mountain posture, recognizing that standing positions create action. They allow us to be upbeat, positive, concentrated, focused, balanced and coordinated. They are very empowering. So going over again, Tadasana, mountain posture, we have our feet firmly placed in the ground beneath us. We are lifting up, creating that continuum whereby the upper parts of our body follow what is happening at the lower parts, i.e. we are lifting them, we are elevating and raising upwards. We are increasing our height and our stature. We are aligning our skeletal frame. Let's close the eyes here, tune in and visualize, create that picture of your skeletal frame, your skeleton, and see if indeed it is out of alignment. Are you possibly holding one shoulder higher than another? Are you collapsing your stomach muscles, allowing for a dip in the base of the spine? Have you slumped in the upper cervical spine? Are your shoulders rounded forward? Let's reverse all of that. Let's make the change. We can place one hand on the tummy and the opposite hand, the other hand on the base of the spine. Breathe in, lift up and then tilt your pelvis. Once your pelvis is tilted, you will quite naturally feel a pull of the tummy in and back, the belly button going that little bit further to connect with the very base of the spine, strengthening the base of the spine. Never again will you allow your spine to do all the work on its own, because you've now engaged with your stomach apparatus, the abdominals, a very major part of the support system for the spine. If you suffer from a weak spine, it is possibly because you have collapsed your stomach muscles. So engage them, wake them up, bring them back to do their vital work. You may feel the weight of your body shifting between your feet. You're going to centralise this further, deeper, by connecting with that central meridian line that runs directly through the centre of you, the crown of the head, all the way down to the base of the spine. Breathe in, inflate your lungs. Breathe out, deflate your lungs. And then open the eyes. So previously we practiced the root foundation of tree posture and then indeed tree posture. We're going to move on now to learn about Natarajasana, otherwise known as King Dancer. Now this will give you great balance and coordination, full of flexibility in your hips, and it will also give you grace of movement. It will teach you about being graceful. Keep in mind to move slowly. For the slower you move, the more consciously you will be able to control. And by moving slowly, you will be able to signify the body what to do. It will have time to understand and respond. We're going to work in stages towards the fullness of the position. Remember, especially if you are a beginner, stick around the lower stages of the posture and get them to be pitch perfect before moving on. Your ego, of course, is going to want you to be able to do the position immediately, but that would be foolish to do so because you will miss so much of the nourishment of the position in the lower parts, if you move too far too soon. So bear that in mind. Also, be aware that in this position you can perhaps have a chair beside you to use as a helping working tool to stop you from swaying or maybe falling or feeling that you actually do need something to hold on to. You can also use a wall, okay? Don't feel any less of a yogi if you have to use something to assist you with your balance in the early stages. So let's get right on and start the process. We'll work in the foundation of the position first. So let's take our weight onto our right foot. The trunk of our body is like a column. It's upright. It's aligned. We've got that tilt of the pelvis. We've got the belly button pulling to make its connection with the base of the spine. You're nice and relaxed around the shoulders, soft jawline, teeth are unclenched, and you're going to release the left leg, bend the knee, and draw the left hand to connect with the front of the left foot. Now, if your knee doesn't bend this far, or if your hand cannot reach your foot, use a belt or strap. You can place the belt around the foot and just hold it, and you can use it as a bridge towards you finally, sometime in the near future, being able to reach your hand to foot. You can take your right hand as well now and bring it to connect with that foot. Be aware in your position that once you've bent your knee and you're connected, be aware that you're not pushing your chest forward, pushing your bottom forward and getting this curve of the spine. You want to breathe in, lift up, tilt the pelvis, get yourself nice and aligned, your head and shoulders over your hips. And gently release. And then we'll go on the other side. So we'll get the weight onto our right foot. You're going to bend the left knee, grab that left foot in your left hand, or of course use a belt or strap if you need to. You can use your opposite hand to hold onto a chair or the wall, or if you are able to, bring it to connect with the foot. See if you can draw your knees alongside each other, giving a beautiful stretch in that thigh muscle, in your quadriceps. Your quadriceps are the biggest muscle group in the body. And then gently release. You might want to give the legs a little bit of a shake. So that's the first level. Let's progress to the next level. So we're going to take the weight onto the right foot, bend the left knee, and we're going to raise the right hand above the head. Stretch the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Stretch up indeed through the trunk of your body. Unclench your teeth and keep the breath flowing. Nice and slowly now, you'll travel your eyes along the floor in front of you to where floor and wall meet. Then travel your eyes up the wall to where wall and ceiling meet. And then draw your eyes along the ceiling to look up above you. Keep the breath flowing, unclench the teeth, move slowly so you are able to control. And then gently release. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. Transfer to the other side. Weight is on the left foot. Have a nice strong standing leg, so you're lifting up through the shin, the calf muscle. Back of knee is lifting, front of knee, risen, thigh. Everything's working its way upwards, increasing your stature and your height. Let's bend the right knee. Bring the left hand to raise up above the head. Relax the left shoulder away from the ear. And then slowly take your eyes along the floor, up the wall, along the ceiling. And then gently release. So those two lower stages of the position, you can re-practice those as many times as necessary to where you feel nice and confident and strong standing on one leg. Let's look at the fullness of the position now. So if we take the weight onto the left foot, bend the right knee, bring the right hand to capture the right foot. Breathe in, raise the left hand above the head. Now here you want to be creating space. So you're already thinking pulling up internally, pubis to navel, navel to breastbone. You've got your shoulders above your hips. As you begin to exhale, you're going to start kicking that right heel away from the buttock, hinging over on that left hip and gently bringing the weight of the head and torso forward. Now you want to kick back with that foot just as much as you are stretching into your leading hand. So avoid just collapsing the body down here and doing this, or keeping the leg out too far and staying up too high. You are pivoting on a ball and socket joint in your hip. Remember the femur bone, the top of it is like that. Your hip is on there, so you can breathe in, lift the hip and hinge it forward. So that's the pivotal part. So you want to have as much weight going forwards as you are stretching backwards. Okay, so it's very much about balance. So take your time, be aware of what you are doing with the movement. Keep the breath flowing. Keep the focus. Look on a spot on the wall in front of you. Unclench the teeth. And you come out of the position with the grace and strength that you entered it. There's three parts to every position. There's the way in, there's the holding, and there's the way out. And all should be given the same amount of zest, vitality, energy, concentration. So if you find that you're crashing out of a position, falling out of it, then possibly you're trying to hold it too long. Start in small increments first, and as your mind and body grow stronger, then the length of your entrance, holding and exit can all grow longer. Let's go on the other side. Standing onto the right foot, getting your position nice and centralised. Foot grounded, leg solid, lifted. You're then going to bend the left knee, draw the left heel towards the buttock, raise the right arm up. Here's the time to create that space. Lifting pubis to navel internally. Think about lifting the flesh externally, and then hinging over on your right hip. That is your pivotal point. Kick back with the left heel just as much as you are reaching forward with the right fingertips. Unclench the teeth. Breathe. And remember to come out of the position with the strength and grace that you entered and held it with. And then bring yourself down to a cross-legged position. Vrksasana, happy posture. Happy posture, simple posture. As your hips relax more, you will find this is easier. This becomes easier. Let's do a simple mudra with the fingers. Rest those hands onto the knees. Close the eyes, rise up internally. Tune in to your breath. Become aware of how you feel, both internally and externally. Relax the tongue in the mouth. It will swell in the mouth and touch on the teeth as it lets go. And in this moment in time, find a sense of gratitude for where you are in this moment, for what you have achieved, for what you are able to achieve, moving forward to greater potential. Give thanks. And enjoy the rest of your day, making the most of the space and time that you have.